back again. I got this new flashlight. It's really bright, so just bear with me here. So I had a couple people ask about the lights on the HVAC panel. So I hopped back on Amazon and I bought some cheap LEDs here real quick. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna show you guys how to go ahead and take this control panel out, change those LED lights. Hopefully they work. Actually, all you're gonna need is a Phillips bit or a screwdriver. I like to use a radiator hose pick. A flathead screwdriver would work as well to get the cable clips out. I got a trim panel to use to pull the vents with, and then a flathead screwdriver to change the bulbs with. So at minimum, you're at least gonna need that stuff. So like I said, what we're gonna do here, so I'll go ahead and I'll show you guys how to pull this apart. That worked a bit better. All right. Go ahead and pop the vents out. There's 2 screws, so you got one here, one here. Actually, that one was loose for some reason, so apparently I never tightened it. And then what I like to do is take all of these and center them up. This one I just go all the way to the right, just a vacuum switch anyway. That one's not going to make a big deal, but I center them all up, that way they line up easier when you're done. You know where the vents are pointing. Yeah, with my gloves on, it's not letting me do this too easy. I'll just do this instead. Sometimes you can cheat, you got to be careful with it. You can pop the vent, or pop the knobs off using the cover. And I got the phone charger there, so you just pop that off. And then this one you got to screw here, so we're changing this light, and this light. So you go ahead, those pulled off. And then once we get to the top here, there is the electrical connector. So you're gonna do the tab on that, squeeze it, hopefully you can see what I'm doing. Squeeze it, wiggle it back, get that off. Vacuum switch right here, same thing, pop that off. Now these are those clips I was talking about. So there's a clip here, and there's another one on the bottom that holds the other cable. So this one is the mode door. This one I believe is the recirc, or no, this one's temperature. Sorry, this one's recirc, this one's temperature, and this one's mode. One cable's longer than the other, so you really can't mess it up. Also, they have different ends. So this one's got like a ball end on it, like a throttle cable would. This one has this J kind of S looking clip that kind of goes through. So like I said, I prefer these radiator hose pliers. Sorry about that. I prefer the radiator hose pliers because they're easier to work with. So give me a second here. I'm gonna try and do this without losing the clip. So what I do is I put them in here. I'm just gonna show you this on camera. That way I don't actually drop the clip in the car somewhere when I pop this off. But I take this, I twist it up, and there's a little tab on the back that you'll be able to see here in a minute that holds that together. So just bear with me here a moment. I'm gonna go ahead and I'll get those popped off. That one's out. And then what that clip does when you pop it out is it just flips up. So you just kind of lay it over like that. You can pull the cable. And then that's free. Now what you can do if you really wanted to is turn it back and then rotate the cable itself. So you just put your finger under it. It's kind of not easy to do with one hand. But sorry if I'm really shaky and stuff with this one. But you get the cable free here and you rotate it just to line it up with that slot, just like you would a throttle cable. You pull that one out, so that one's good to go. And then you can snap that back in so you don't lose that guy, or take it out altogether. That's up to you. And then for this one, it's easier to go from the bottom. Actually, this one's easier to get from the top because you can see how the tab kind of swings out. So with this one, you can use whatever really, but you just kind of pop it over and see how that clip just kind of fell out. If you weren't careful with it, they're very easy to drop and knock off into the oblivion of the dash. And then you just kind of rotate it, get that out. So now we got this, and now I'm gonna take you guys inside the shop and I'll show you how to get these lights swapped out. You'll notice in this picture here that the overall quality of the LED that I purchased wasn't exactly the best. The base for the diode doesn't sit flush with the bulb base housing, and you can see that the edges cut over. So that's the issue I ran into trying to fit these lights, and you'll see me fumble with them a little bit to try and get them to go through. This is why. Alright guys, so here we are. So like I said, we're changing this light here this light here. There's another one kind of down on the bottom. He's kind of a real pain in the ass. But same as it was with the dash. You just take your screwdriver, or in my case I need a smaller one. Oh, maybe not. And you give it a little bit of a rotate. You can go ahead and pop that bulb out. And then, so these are just some 4.2 Neo Wedge base LED lights that I got off Amazon. I'll post a link in the description if they work. If they don't, then I guess I waste my time. But at least you guys get the gist of how this is done. So like I said, with the last set that I bought, the pegs were over rotating and the lights wouldn't come on. So I'm going to double check that quick, make sure that we're not too crazy there. That way when I put this thing together, I'm not going to be fighting myself. So it does look like these are actually very close. So that's a lot better. One less thing I got to worry about. Like I said, with these, LEDs only light up one way, so whatever doesn't work we put back together or take it back out and try it again. Hopefully it's not of the other two, because those can be a real pain in the butt. Oh, this one's being a pain, but want to work here for me. Come on. There we go. Really? I think the base on the LED is not letting it go in. Let's try a different one here. These are put together with a different standard. So it looks like I wasted my time, guys. But we'll see. Okay, well that one went through. So at least worst case, if it's if it don't work, I should be able to just rotate it and get it to work, but we'll see. See if maybe I can go with this other screwdriver here, because this one's behind some metal. There we go. Okay, so that one's free. Now with this one, guys, you got to be really careful with it, because there's this metal bar that covers this light up. So I just take it a little bit here, pry it back just enough to try and get the light to fall through at least. Try to do this without breaking my stuff. Come on. There we go. Okay, and like I said, same thing again. These lights really didn't want to fit through here too good. So I hope we can get it a little better with this one. It's going to be a pain in the ass. Awesome. Guess that's what you get when you buy the cheap shit. Let's see if I can work it in. Yeah, we went through. So now we'll see here. Okay, well that one took. Okay, so that's 2 out of 3. This one's the sucky one right here. You're looking up in the clouds. This one's the sucky one. Realistically, what you do is you try and just get this rotated in a way where you can get on this one the best you can. And then rotate it out. At least try to. Yep, there we go. So getting it out's the easy part, getting it in is going to be the fun part. Just because of how this one goes. Oh. Oh dang. Almost at it. Maybe. Oh, this one's way off for some reason. Why has this one got such a lip? I guess trying to build LED, you get inconsistencies there. The other two went in a little bit easier than this one did. But we're still gonna see if I can get her to go. Yep, so that one's in. And then obviously, like I said, you try and use your long screwdriver if you got one. If not, good luck. These things are not fun, or at least this last one. That's why it's the last one. Okay, so we fought with it and it took it. So now we'll go out, plug it in, turn the lights on, see what works and what don't. Alright guys, so here we are back in the car. Pretty much all I'm going to do is just plug in the electrical connector here, see how many of these lights I got on backwards, and we can go from there. So the hardest one actually is in there right. So now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to pop those two out, flip those around, and hopefully they work. If not, then I have, like I said, I got a bag of these things. It came as a 20 pack. I only need 3, so I'm gonna have a ton of leftovers and spares. And I might actually put a couple of kits together so I get rid of some of these lights, because I don't imagine that I'll ever go through them all. And if they really start going out on me that quick, I'll probably just put the stock back in. But I'm gonna back out the garage real quick. And we'll go ahead and flip these other 2 LEDs, give it another shot, and see what we got. So there's this one. And this one. Turn it out, push it back, 180 it, come on, bring it back up, back in right there, and give it another shot. Actually what I'm going to do, I'm just going to take these and put the spare. That way if they do, I don't have to walk back in here. Let's see what I got here. Dark. Give me a second here. Alright. This thing's bright. This new flashlight's crazy. I might see about getting a layer of tint over it or something to kind of tame it down. But, we'll see what we got. Alright. Camera set up here again. Plug down and see what we're working with. Oh man, so we got all 3. Alright. So we know they all work. So first things first, what we're going to do, let me get my tools put together here, is I'm going to get the cable put back in for the heater first, just because that one is the worst. So I got my clip, so I just use a cup holders to keep my screws and this clip in here for the heater line. What I do, I'm going to go ahead and undo this electrode, do that one last. Take this, feed it through, rotate it down, and then you can go ahead and pull this through. Ideally, what you want is you want that cable or that plastic to be just past the clip. So we get there, pull that in, get the clip started. Retard. You can do it this way. You want to do it the right way. Maybe? Nope. I am fucking retarded. Alright. Oop. So, I am retarded. So the clip goes this way. So you just take the step, just put it through, get it lined up, and then pull the cable through like this, pull it all the way up. What the heck? Alright, so now it's going to fight with me, I guess. We'll probably go ahead, put this on a time lapse because no reason you guys want to see me fumbling with this thing. So yeah, let's go ahead and we'll try all this again. Awesome. Drop the knob. Alright, so that's the first one. The second one's a bit easier. Get beard hair out of my way. It's this one. Turn this all the way back. Line it up like the throttle cable. So line the barrel up, line the cable up to the slot. Get that through. And then this one. My radiator pick here. Where'd it go? There we go. Okay. You pull this clip up. Get it out of there and ready to go. Get that clip up and ready to go. I don't know why I keep whistling to myself here, or whispering to myself. And then take this knob. Oh, I need a big knob. Use this to rotate it a little bit. Try to get that cable to pull through. Get it to line up. You get the cable, like I said, you want it to stick out about this much on either end of the plastic here, so that's ideal. And then you just push the clip back up. Well, you don't just push it, but kind of worm your finger in there as best you can. I'm trying to get that to hold up. I know it's been kind of a pain right now, so give me a second here. Can be not fun. Can be not fun. Without kicking back. So that one's good. Make sure this one will go all without kicking back on you. As soon as I find it, there we go. Got the electrical connector in. With the vacuum line, it is easy to mess it up if you don't pay attention. As soon as I get my finger on it. There we go. So you got your two vacuum ports. You only got two vacuum lines. You got one that's way offset. That's pretty much what you do. So you just kind of line the empty one up to this prong right here. Make sure you got your recirc door hooked back up right, because otherwise you'll just get a vacuum leak. And you kind of just work it on. Stuff everything back in. And then, before I put my screws in, I like to go ahead and make sure it's going to work still. We're good to go. Get a couple screws. Start going back together. Golden there. Actually, I'm going to do the defroster switch too, because I do have that. See, there's another couple screws that you pull. So there's one here, one here. Pull that guy out. Undo the electrical connector for the charger outlet. Again for the defroster switch. And even though it don't work, it still lights up. This So get the defroster switch out, because I think the light is inside on this side, but there's a couple tabs here. So we got this tab. Oop, they just break it away. Actually, I think I might just push through. Here's the push back. Can't remember. I think they push back. Yep, pushes back this way. So yep, so there's your light on the side. And then with this one, it's not as complicated because you can get away with just plugging this in. You don't have to take the whole piece in and out all the time. So it's same story here. You got your light, so you pull your light out. This one's a bit longer. Has a tip on it. And let me get my bag here for the new ones. Same story. Try to get to go in. Started, plug it in, see if it works. Don't work. Okay. Take it back out, flip it around, try it again. Just because it fits like ass. That's going to be a pain, isn't it? Well, here's the downside to buying the cheap stuff. You get to deal with something like this. I wonder if I can get this open without damaging it. Since it is free. Drop it. Okay. Alright, so you can take the whole assembly right out. 20 to the bulb. Definitely made it easier to work with, that's for sure. Plug it back in, see if it works. Oh, it's still good. So now, we know the switch works. We'll go ahead. Should load it back into the body. Just like this, so its light lines up. So that's there. And you just load this back into the switch panel. Like I said, light on the inside. That pops in. Connect this electrical connector. This one for the cigarette lighter. Or auxiliary connector, I guess, whatever you call it. So everybody calls it something different. I got one screw that I dropped, I'll have to find it, but that's no issue. We'll get this thing started here. And find my light or my screw here that I dropped. Easy spot. Good deal. And then put the dash back together. Works still. Wow, that light is terrible. But it's there, I guess. It's not that good. It's not very bright. And the rest of it. But it is what it is. I didn't expect the world out of it. I didn't pay much for them. I just bought it so I could throw a video together quick. We honestly don't even use a defroster in the car because the switch don't work anyway. So, That was just me being OCD and wanting the rest of my lights to match what we had. That's realistically the second reason that I ended up buying those LED lights. Like I said, so I can show you guys how to do it, and so I can get this car to match. And not upset me when I look at it. This one in the center. This one should have been cold. And this one. Well, that's what it looks like in the dark. It's not super bright, but they work. I mean, it's definitely kind of cool. Hopefully the camera can pick that up. Nothing, and then the switches. So, I mean, the only red that's really there is the gauges. The red on the switch panel here is really faded off. This one's just white, this is blue, so all the blue is just darker. All the white is blue, the red is pretty faded out. Like I said, the defroster switch there don't work the best, but all the lights officially match now. So yeah, that was a successful job, I guess. So yeah, I will go ahead, I'll share the link for these lights. You can match it up to something like that. I don't know what the lumen output is on these, obviously. I wish it was a little bit better. You could do some homework on it, try and find the right ones. So these are the correct base. Just get yourself a different quality bulb. I imagine these will do us just fine. It doesn't really matter a whole lot. Like I said, it was something, it was OCD, and I just wanted everything to match. And with the request of a couple of those videos, or a couple of comments on the Facebook pages for the HVAC lights, I figured I'd go ahead, verify the information, then I told everybody what it was, and then I decided I'd go ahead and put a video together to show you guys how that was done. So yeah, like if you guys like what you see here, go ahead, give me a like, subscribe, definitely check out the Instagram and Facebook pages. But yeah, like I said, if you guys got any questions or anything that you want to see, go ahead and leave me a comment. I can go ahead and try and throw it in the next video, or I can try and just comment and talk with you in the comments there. Try and get the information that you're looking for if it's not anything that needs to go in a video. But yeah, have a good one, guys. Thanks.